I'm pretty bored, so we're going to talk about how I would have written season 5 of Stranger Things. So, personally, I would have started out with having Priya Ferguson in the first scene of the show talking to Lucas and Mike and Will are there, and they're having their board game with Erica, talking to them, calling them nerds, obviously. Then you have Erica, similarly to Will in the opening, tell Mike and everybody that she's going to spend her time at her best friend's house, who again would show up in a later episode in the season. You then have her get on her bike, similarly to Will, as I said, and have her start driving down the driveway, riding her bike down the driveway, and then on the main road where there's no houses. Similarly to Will, she sees a Demogorgon and she is tripped and she falls off her bike. Similarly to Will, she starts running into the forest, and then one of the Demogorgons grab her by her feet, and another one does, and starts dragging her as she's calling out to Mike and Will as they're leaving the house. They hear her and they start chasing after her, including the family, like the mom and the dad. And then while that's happening, Eleven is also there. She tries to save them, and she is dragged into the Upside Down before they get there, and she's still screaming under the tunnels. And then you have a zoom shot of all of the kids surrounding one of the holes into the Upside Down as they're looking down, hearing Erica scream, and cue the intro. After the intro, you have them back at that place where ambulances and police are surrounding the circle, including the government. And you have Winona Ryder, you have David Harbour, you have her parents there, and you have a disheveled Best, her brother, you have Caleb McLaughlin there, and they're all like talking about how they're going to save her because they have this whole thing where the government is also involved, and the goal is to not only stop Vecna, knowing that he's the one who took her, but also getting to 11, knowing that they got to Sadie Sink's character, knowing that that would also affect Lucas. So you have Lucas going crazy, worried about not only his girlfriend but his sister, and then you flash forward to a shot of Erica waking up with the other kids being the first person taken, and then you have the kids telling her that it's okay and it's okay, and then the first shot we see is of Vecna as Henry walking into the room, and cue the Stranger Things noise and the bad sound. Next, you have a disheveled Erica knowing that this is Henry, who she knows is, Vecna, talking crap, and him trying to tell her that, no, it's not me, I'm a good person, and blah, 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 blah. And then you have them both look at each other, and Erica crosses her arms, and we flash back to the scene of them in the town, and then the mother and the father and Lucas and the whole gang go to the government, and then they ask them for help, even though they don't know them very well. So we get a flash forward to Sadie Sink's character in the hospital, just out of it, and we flash forward into her mind, so it seeps into her head, and then there's like a flash forward shot of it going into the Upside Down, and then we see Sadie Sink's character walk into the room as the kids are there, and then we see Sadie Sink also tell Erica to run, and as they get away, we start seeing Vecna run after them. And so it's similarly to the first episode that what happens is, while they are running away from Vecna to the cave, just like they did in previous episodes, Vecna actually grabs onto Erica, and he's holding her with the tentacles, and then we have Sadie Sink trying to pull her, because the cave is the only place they're safe, and screaming. We flash out of there, and we're back to the town as they're making a plan to save Erica and Sadie Sink's character. And that's part 1. More to come.